Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear students, Assalamu alaikum. Today we will discuss about the Spirogyra. The Spirogyra is the member of the class Chlorophyceae. As we have discussed about various types of the algae in the previous lectures, this is one of the member. Spirogyra has a division Chlorophyta and belongs to class Chlorophyceae, order conjugates, and family Zagnemyceae and genus Spirogyra. The occurrence of the Spirogyra, generally Spirogyra is occurred and found throughout the world in fresh water. Its filaments like shining silky mass in running water. This is why it is also called water seal, pond scum, or the mermaid stresses. These are all names of the Spirogyra. Whenever you speak the water seal, whenever you speak the pond scum or the mermaid tresses, it means that all such type of the names are known as the Spirogyra. The vegetative structure of the Spirogyra is filamentous. The filamentous are green, simple, unbranched. A filament is a row of cells. They are free floating. Few species remain attached to the substrata with the help of the heptaron or the holdfast. I have told you that what is the holdfast. This is the foot-like or rhizoid-like structures that anchor the Spirogyras to the substratum or the rocks or plants, where they live over there and photosynthesize and get their food. The cell structure of the Spirogyra is generally more in length than its width. The cell wall is composed of two layers. The outer layer is pectin and inner layer is composed of cellulose. The pectin of outermost layer dissolves in water and forms a slimy mucilaginous sheath. Then the protoplast. The protoplast is differentiated into structures such as plasma membrane, chloroplast, perinoid, a large central vacuole, other cytoplasm organelles, and nucleus. The protoplast contain the further organelles, that is the nucleus. The nucleus is present in the center. It is suspended by the strands of the cytoplasm. What is the cytoplasm? Is a peripheral due to large central vacuole. Cytoplasm is traversed by several cytoplasmic strands. In Spirogyra cell, the cytoplasm is known as the cytoplasmic strands. The chloroplasts, these ribbon-shaped and arranged spirally, that is why Spirogyra is named. The chloroplast contain many perinoids. Each perinoid consists of a central proteinaceous core surrounded by many small starch plates. The perinoids, just like that of the other algae we have studied in the previous lectures, the perinoid is also present in the Spirogyra, which is a light sensitive organ that perceive by the body, and they get nourishment and photosynthesize and produces the food. The reproduction on Spirogyra is vegetative and sexual. However, some species reproduce asexually through the echinids and the planospore formation. I have told you in previous lecture that what is the echinids and the planospores. These are special types of the asexual bodies where the Spirogyra reproduce themselves. The vegetative structures through the fragmentation during favorable conditions, the filaments break into two or more fragments, each or with develop into new filament. This during the sexual reproduction of the Spirogyra, which is occurred through the isogames. What is the isogamous? The isogamous means that two types of the male and female gametes which are alike. It takes place for conjugation by following ways. Scleriform conjugation. Scleriform means this is the लेडर लाइक और सीढ़ी की तरह की ये एक स्ट्रक्चर बनाती हैं और सेक्सुअल रिप्रोडक्शन करने के लिए इसमें स्केलरिफॉर्म कंजुगेशन यू नो दैट बैक्टीरिया में आपने पढ़ा है कि व्हाट इज द कंजुगेशन. Conjugation is the bridge formed between the two gametes from where the organic where the DNA material is transferred from one male to the female cell or the structures. This is known as the conjugation. It is isogamous. It takes place by conjugation by following ways. Scleriform conjugation. This takes place between the cells of two different filaments. The filaments lie side by side or parallel to one another through their length. The cell of filament can act as a gametangium and produces a single gamete. The gamete producing cells are the opposite to each other in both filaments. इसमें आप देख सकते हैं कि ये conjugation की example है, but this is the lateral conjugation. This is the Spirogyra scleriform conjugation, where there is the transfer of genetic material or the DNA from one cell to the other cell. This just like that of this scleriform conjugation. This is the initiation stage of protuberances formation. Second stage is the gamete closest to each other. Then the conjugation tube is formed. Then genetic material, a DNA is transferred, and then afterward the zygospore, which is a zygote basically, is produced and then produces the complete vegetative structure of the Spirogyra. The wall dissolves and the conjugation tube is formed between the gametangia. The wall contents are changed into a single gamete. Motile gamete is male and non-motile and female. The fertilization. One gamete passes through the conjugation tube and reaches the opposite cell. It fuses with the gametes of other filaments. Then the zygote 2n is formed in one cell. The other is formed in one cell. The other strands remain empty. इसमें दो सेल जो हैं, एक का डीएनए जो है दूसरे सेल के अंदर ट्रांसफर हो जाता है, और जो पहले वाला सेल होता है जो अपना डीएनए ट्रांसफर करता है दूसरे सेल के अंदर, वो एम्प्टी हो जाता है, और दूसरा सेल जहां पे डीएनए ट्रांसफर होता है वो 2n बन जाता है. इट मींस दैट द 2n डीएनए आर द zygote further generate to produce the new organism. The lateral conjugation. This is the other type of the conjugation, which is known as the lateral. It takes place between the two adjacent cells of the same filament. इसमें क्या होता है कि दो पैरेलल तरह के फिलामेंट जो है ना इकट्ठे होते हैं और उसमें कंजुगेशन का प्रोसेस होता है. The upper cell function as the male gametangium and remain the smaller. The lower cell act as the female gametangium. It increases in size. The protoplast of male cells form in the outgrowth. An opening is formed in the wall and the contents of the male cells into the female cell and zygote is formed. Just like that of the other organisms, the cell wall, first of all, the cell wall is disintegrated or dissolved through specific type of the enzymes, and then the male gametes are transferred to the female gametes. During this process, the 2n zygote is formed. Then zygospore is produced. What is the zygospore? It is covered in, this is the 3-layered thick wall zygote. The outer 2 layers of the gametangial wall burst and the zygospore comes out. After a period of rest, zygospore divides mutically. कुछ देर के बाद जो रेस्टिंग स्पोर होता है जिसको हम zygospore कहते हैं, ये म्यूटिकली डिवाइड करता है. म्यूटिकल मीन्स दैट फर्दर डिवीजन occurred and the genetic material of the zygospore is split into half. That is known as the 1n. 1 out of 4 nuclei germinate to produce the haploid plant. The rest are the disintegrate. The organization of the Spirogyra into different types of the structures, the occurrence, thallus, the cell body and reproduction. You can understand by using this diagram easily how the Spirogyra occurred and which type of the thallus and which type of the cell it has, and then which type of the reproduction occurred. You can easily understand by drawing in on the paper, and then you can write down easily and describe the each and every type of the terminology, just like that of, for example, the reproduction, the vegetative fragmentation and sexual reproduction. You can write down the vegetative reproduction very easily once you have comprehend about such type of the terms. This is the cycles. The production cycle, the germination of the Spirogyra, then development of protuberances and the conjugated cells, and the conjugation, how occurred, free gametes, zygote. This is the basically life cycle. You can easily understand how the Spirogyra develop themselves and different types of the stages occurred during the developmental procedures and developmental processes. The other is the Chara. This is also a member of the class of the division Charophyta. Generally, this is the this belongs to the family Chlorophyceae. This is the member of the green algae or freshwater algae that generally present throughout the world or in nearby ponds or water storage tanks, as well as the stagnant water. Generally, Chara is produced in long thin like substratums. Uh, Chara is a freshwater green alga found submerged in the shallow water ponds, tanks, and lakes. It remains attached to the muddy bottom with its the rhizoids. Chara plants are often encrusted with the calcium carbonate and hence are commonly stone walled. इसको स्टोन वर्ल्ड इसलिए कहती हैं क्योंकि ये स्टोन्स के साथ लग के अपनी ग्रोथ करता है. Oftenly, it emits discharge onion-like odor due to the presence of the sulfur compounds. It means that where there is the onion-like odor you can smell, it means that there is a Chara is growing in the stagnant water or the fresh water. Plant body of the Chara. The thallus of the Chara is macroscopic. Macroscopic means that we can see this plant our naked eye. This is branched and reaches up to 2 to 30 centimeter in height, but often maybe up to 90 centimeter to 1 meter. It means that this is a large algae. You can also collect in the large bottles. The plant in appearance resemble ecosystem. Hence, Chara is commonly known as the aquatic horsetail. Aquatic horsetails mean that the uh, uh, this is the large plant, basically just like that of the ecosystem. Ecosystem means that this is the structures is looks like the tail of the horse, long threads hanging and whiplash movement. The rhizoids, these are the thread-like multicellular uniseriate branched. The main axis is direct, long branch differentiated into nodes and internodes. The internode long, cylindrical, individual, single-celled. The inner nodal cells in some species may be surrounded by one cell thick layer called the cortex, and such species are called the cortical species. There are two types of the branches in the Chara. Number one, the branches of limited growth, primary lateral branches of first order. These are short branches. These are arranged in the form of whorls on the nodes of the main axis, are the branches of unlimited growth. The second type is the branches of unlimited growth. इसमें क्या होता है कि जिसकी branches बढ़ती चली जाती हैं, stop नहीं होती. उसके बाद कारा के सेल को अगर हम स्टडी करें तो उसमें बहुत सारे डिफरेंट शेप्स में आइटम्स और ऑर्गेनिज्म नजर आती हैं. उसमें the main axis of Chara consists of mainly of two types of cells, nodal cells and internodal cells. The nodal cells are smaller in size and isodiametric. The cells are dense cytoplasmic uninucleate with few small ellipsoidal chloroplasts with no paranoid. This is the Cara cells. You can easily understand how which type of the very organelles are present. That is the mitochondria, central vacuoles are present, tonoplast is present, nuclei are present, exoplasm. Exoplasm means that this is the just like the cytoplasm, which is surrounding the cytoplasm. Plasma membrane, cell wall, endoplasm. It means that these are two or three types of the organelles or the substances are different as compared to the type of the algal cells, that is endoplasm or exoplasm, and various types of the nuclei are present. There is no one nucleus, but the number of nuclei are present in the one Cara cells. The internodal cells are much elongated. The cytoplasm is present around the large central vacuole. The cells are multinucleate and contain many discoid chloroplasts. The cytoplasm is also differentiated into outer exoplasm and the inner endoplasm. कारा के अंदर जो रिप्रोडक्शन है वो वेजिटेटिव ज़्यादातर होती है, जिसमें उसमें बल्बिल्स प्रोड्यूस होती हैं. बल्बिल्स क्या होते हैं? These are the rounded or star-shaped bodies found either at the root or stem nodes. The bulbils or detachment from the plant germinated to new plant body. उसके बाद amorphous bulbils, many small cells aggregate on the stem or the root nodes and form the lateral outgrowths called the amorphous bulbils. Next is the myelin stars. Whenever you were asked what is a myelin star, it means that the examiner or the person who is asking the questions about the myelin star, it means that he is directly denoting the structures of the Cara. Many myelin stars contain cells developed into star-shaped bodies, and hence uh, are myelin stars. After detaching from the plants, they develop into the Cara thalli. Thallus means that the amorphous or unorganized mass of the cells that is present in the algal cells. This is the bulbil, this is the myelin star, this is the amorphous bulbils. Bulbils are globose-like structures, where the myelin stars is star-like structures. Then is the secondary protonema. The secondary protonema, these are tubular or the filamentous structures which develop on primary protonema from basal cells of the rhizoids. Secondary protonema, you can easily understand which of the secondary protonema. Sexual reproduction in the Cara. In Cara, sexual reproduction is of highly advanced oogamous type. The sex organs are the macroscopic and complex in organization. The male sex organs are called the antheridium or the globule. Antheridium or globule. The globule is the special structure of the Cara. And the female structure, oogonium or the nucleule. Globule and nucleule is the only characteristics of the Cara. The sex organs arise on the branches of the limited growth or the primary laterals, the nucleule above the globule. Globule structure, the globule is large, spherical, red or yellow structures. Which type of structures? From the pedicel cells, from the 8 shield cells, 8 primary capitula, secondary capitula, several antheridial filaments, elongated manubrial cells. Attaches primary capitula with the shield cells. These are the structural organization of the sexual sex organs. दी डेवलपमेंट को करने की खास जरूरत नहीं है, इसको जस्ट गो थ्रू कर लें, इसको ऐसे ही पढ़ लें, आप अपनी बुक से पढ़ लें या इस वीडियो से पढ़ लें. तो हम आगे चलेंगे इसकी नेक्स्ट स्टेज पे. पर इसकी जो टर्मिनोलॉजी है ये आपको पता होनी चाहिए। वो स्पोर्स क्या होता है, वो गिमस क्या होता है, एपिकल सेल क्या होता है, ग्लोब्यूल क्या होता है, न्यूक्लियल क्या होता है, राइजोइडल इनिशियल्स क्या होती हैं, प्रोटोनीमल इनिशियल्स क्या होते हैं। ऑल सच टाइप ऑफ द टर्मिनोलॉजी यू मस्ट थिंक अबाउट, यू मस्ट अंडरस्टैंड, ये पेपर में आ सकती हैं। तो दिस इज द ग्राफिकल रिप्रेजेंटेशन of the Kara. The occurrence, plant body, cortex, about the cell and the which type of the branches are there, you can easily understand and write down into the paper. इसमें वेजिटेटिव स्ट्रक्चर्स कितनी किस्म की प्रोड्यूस होती हैं, सेक्सुअल स्ट्रक्चर्स कितनी किस्म की प्रोड्यूस होती हैं, ये आपको पता होना चाहिए। This is the life cycle of the Kara. You can easily understand by seeing this diagram. This is the vegetative plant body of the Kara. It produces the globule and the nucleule. Then globule or nucleule further produces the vegetative structures. This is the sexual reproduction basically through the fertilization. The asexual reproduction by the production of different types of the globule, the vegetative or rounded structures. The vegetative or rounded structures you have learned about in previous slides. The very rounded, the protonemal structures as well as the I can tell you which type of the structures. This is the myelin star. This is one type of the asexual structure that's further developed into the vegetative cells. The entheridial as well as the archegonial structures, they further developed into the new vegetative plant body, and then such plant body further produces globule or nucleule. In this way, the sexual reproduction of Kara takes place throughout its life cycle, where it grows in the stagnant water, in fresh water, as well as in some other habit and habitats.